Hello, hello, hello. I think my stream is having a connection issue. I'm not real sure. Hey, Tammy. You weren't in the live the other day, I don't think, but just in case you weren't, the channel announcement the other day was that for my 3 channel angels, which is what I call the people who have donated towards helping the channel grow, I'm going to do a special like private live, and the people who have donated I'm not naming because I don't know if they want to be named, but if you're one of those people, you can contact me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, uh, message me on Facebook, or you can email me, and we'll set up a time when we can just do a private live with just the channel angels. Um, just kind of a something extra for those who have tried to just help the channel grow and help me to get the things that I need to be able to stream more easily, more often. um just to help me out with the channel. So uh anyone who is in the live who is one of the people who donated to the channel, please make sure you contact me on Facebook Messenger, on Twitter DM, through email, or you can call or text my Google Voice number for the channel, which is 234-3482-557. Um, and all of that contact information is on the Facebook page. Everything except the Google Voice number is on the channel About page on YouTube. So that'll just be like a hangout, chat, get to know me, ask questions that you might want to ask, make any suggestions about content or style or whatever you'd like to make. Yes, I was selling merch. I'm not really pushing it that much because I think that stuff is like really way too expensive, and the channel only gets like the backpack, for instance. The backpack is like $49.99 or $39.99, and out of that the channel gets like $8. So it seemed like a good idea at first, but if you just want some merch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop all the prices down as low as I can. The channel won't make profit, but you'll be able to get it at a better price. If you just want to, show your support with the Be Your Voice stuff. Um, After this video is over, I'll put that link in the description to this video because I don't know it off the top of my head. It is in the channel About section though. If you go to my channel's About page, you'll see the link for merch, and that should be the correct one. If it comes up Teespring or yeah, it really is. It really is. I thought it was going to be a good idea for supporting the channel because I really don't like to like just ask people for, hey, send me some money. I need to buy a mic, or send me some money. My computer's acting wonky, because I just feel like people should get something in return for their hard-earned dollars. So I figured I'd sell merch, but at the same time, I do appreciate those who feel like that me taking the time to present these cases and to present the material that I present is worth a donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Says my friend and neighbor wasn't wondering about the Bakersfield, California children. She kept asking. She just passed June 5th, so I've been busy, so wasn't on the helping. Oh, guys, give me a second. I got a phone call coming in. If I can mute this. Hey, hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah. All right, sorry about that, guys. I see I left the mic open. I was trying to mute it. No, I had to step away for a second. I had said hold on for a second, but then I guess I left my mic open. Okay. Um, let's see. Elizabeth says it's always nice to get something for the money, but oh God, my screen is tripping. But sometimes money is better. True. Hi, Sleuth Mom. Welcome to the chat. Sorry about your. Okay, Bakersfield. I am going to do another Bakersfield live. Um, Probably not this week coming up because I have some other stuff that I want to do. But it'll be probably the week after this. And I have a few appointments this week too, so I won't have a whole lot of time. Elizabeth, don't worry. I will post a link in the description afterward. I'm gonna do the link for the Streamlabs merch because it's a little less expensive than that Teespring stuff. Teespring is outrageous. Let me see if I can pull it up now. Streamlabs, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in the chat now. The good thing about the Streamlabs is the channel consistently gets about $5 per item. With the way that I set the prices on there, the channel will make it at least like $4.55 per item. It's pulling up, and as soon as it pulls up, I'll put it in the chat. Elizabeth, are you on the Teespring site or the Streamlabs site? Oh yeah, okay. You're on the Teespring site. Now on the Teespring site, there's some cute stuff on there. A lot of that is pictures that I took in my hometown. I'm a beach town person. And I just I thought it was really beautiful. So I made some merch with that stuff on Teespring. You'll also find the Inspired series, which it's a series based around two photos of my son that I just thought were amazing. And he just looks so young and free and just carefree and innocent and just open to potential that I don't know, I got inspired by it. So the Inspired series, all that stuff goes towards whatever he decides to take as a vocation. I'm trying to push him towards IT, but he might do welding, he might do electrical journeyman, I don't know. But if I sell anything from the Inspired series, that's what that goes for. Let's see. I looked on your page. I was wondering what the picture of the water house. That one, yeah, the Be Their Voice stuff is not on there. I'm pulling up now. Streamlabs merch is not really loading very well right now. I think I'm having some connection issues, but if you come back after the video, I will make sure that I put it in the description. And if you're on Facebook, I'll also post it on Facebook. Because I can't seem to get the Streamlabs page to load up right now. It's just going so super slow. Like it's been loading this whole time I've been talking, and it's still not loaded. Guys, we're going to talk about Jada tonight, but I'm going to first, there's a missing poster that I want to share. So let me get this trigger warning up here because I don't blame you. I would try to avoid Facebook like the plague too. Facebook is the plague. Put that up there because I don't want anyone to be triggered and not have been warned. This channel discusses some very, very graphic stuff at times. I'm not sure what's going on with any of this. All my signals are like wonky and just, I don't know what's going on. This should actually be here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with this tonight. There we go. We got it. Yay, I did it. Okay, now let's get this stuff out of here. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you guys tonight. Y'all see this baby right here? Literally, this baby right here. Just look at her and tell me how old you think she is. I'm not sure what's going on with my signal tonight, guys. So, um, if it keeps acting up too much, I'm just gonna cut the stream for tonight and try it again tomorrow. But hopefully, we'll be able to make it through. What in the world is going on with my screen? 17, Sleuth Mom says. She may be 16, but could be 12. I'm sure she's like 13. All right, this baby is 15 years old. And I say that for a reason. When I read this short article, you will understand why. She is missing out of Alexandria, Louisiana, and she is literally missing from almost right around the corner from my house. Authorities are asking for your help locating 15-year-old Jada Moore of Alexandria. The Alexandria Police Department describes her as being approximately 5'2" and weighing about 165 pounds. She should have her 18-month-old daughter, Remy, with her. She was last seen in the area of Bolton and Rapides Avenues. If you have any information or know of her location, please contact APD at 318-449-5099. I mentioned her age because it set off red flags for me when I read that she had an 18-month-old baby. That's a year and a half old. So if she just turned 15 recently, within like the last 6 months, that means she was 13 when she got pregnant. Otherwise, she was 14 if she's about to turn 16. Well, when she had this baby. Either way, that's a scary thought because whether she was 13 or 14, that means she got pregnant at 12 or 13. And my first thought in the red flag is that somebody tampered with this baby. So this one really stood out to me because of that. She has quite obviously already been the victim of some type of sexual, not necessarily sexual violence, but she has definitely been sexually violated to have a child that age at such a young age herself. And so it made me wonder, is she running from something? Is she trying to run to something better? I mean, it always could be just a case of she's fast, but I just don't think so. Because kids don't just become fast. Somebody speeds them up every time. So praying for this baby. Her name is Jada Moore. She is missing out of Alexandria, Louisiana, with her 18-month-old daughter, Remy. Tonight I want to talk about Jada McNeal. And the reason I want to talk about Jada is because I want you to get to know her a little better and understand one of the main reasons that she didn't just up and disappear. She did not run away. I want to tell you about where she is from. Exactly, Elizabeth. She could not consent at that age. Under any circumstances, she could not consent. Jada was born and raised in Century, Florida. As you can see over here on the, well, when it pops into the live, pop into live screen. I'm trying to talk it up. There it goes. Yeah. Now you're doing right. As you can see from this map, Century, Florida is a tiny little town on the northern tip of Escambia County. That red dot there. And if you look at this gray shaded area down here, this is Pensacola, and this is Pensacola Beach that everyone would be so familiar with. These are technically the same thing, but this is Pensacola Beach proper, and this is Pensacola proper. And way up here is tiny little Century, Florida, which is where Jadekiss McNeal was originally from. Now, Century is not very big. I want to look at a few stats with you. The total area of Century, including land and water, is only 3.34 square miles. In 2020, they had a total population of 1,713 people. Not even 2,000 people, barely over 1,500. Now, I point this out because I want you to get an image of her. I want you to get an understanding of who she is and what her family is. Century is very rural. It's not a big city. They don't have a bunch of nightclubs and hangouts and all kinds of big city trouble that kids can get into. Of course, there's trouble to be found anywhere that you live. I don't care if you live in the middle of Alaska, there's some trouble there to be found at some point in time. But Century is not a place where Jada would have been exposed to the same things as, say, a kid from a metropolitan area like Dallas or Houston or LA. Not not even she wouldn't have been exposed to even the same level of things as someone from Pensacola, just on the other end of the county, because Pensacola is so much larger with so many more different types of people in and out, in and out, in and out. Another thing about Century is there's really nothing there. Century has a prison there. It has the Century Correctional Institution, and that is the only major employer in that whole region up there. The facility employs full-time staff of 401, which is almost 25% of the entire population of Century. So Jada wasn't some, as the old folks say, hot tail little gal. Jada was just a little small town girl. Now I want to talk to you about where she moved to and why she moved there. So let's pull that up real quick. Jada moved to Pensacola. Pensacola is much, 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 much bigger than Century. You have a larger population, a larger variety of people, a larger mix of people, as opposed to Century is more a bunch of family clans. Pensacola is some of everybody from some of everywhere. Now, you see this red area, that's Pensacola proper. And remember, up here, just barely bigger than my cursor, is Century. And so that's where she moved to. And the question is why? Jada is one of 10 siblings, 9 living siblings. Jada's father died in 2004, I believe. He was stabbed to death. Jada is his twin. I was trying to pull up a picture of him for this live, but I couldn't find his Facebook page again. She looks just like him. Jada loved her father. She loved when she had an opportunity to spend time with him and be around him. Even her personal Facebook page is, her name is a mix of her mother and father's name. But her father was stabbed to death and she lost him. And I want to say that was in 2000. Jada went missing in 2015, so this would have been like 2013 or so, because he died about 2 years before she went missing, if I recall correctly. Now, about 6 months before Jada went missing, her mother passed. Her mother had already been in a really horrible accident, and in that accident, Jada's mother was paralyzed, and one of Jada's aunts died. Well, 6 months before Jada disappeared, Jada's mother died. And she was pregnant at the time, and the baby didn't survive either. So the 9 remaining siblings went to live with their grandmother, Faye Mosley. Faye lived in a small 2-bedroom apartment. Well, they moved into a small 2-bedroom apartment. Her and I believe 7 of the 9 children. 2 were with someone else, if I recall right. So it was Faye Mosley and 7 of her grandchildren in a 2-bedroom apartment. And you might think, well, wow, that sounds like a horrible situation. Maybe she ran away. No, no, no. When I spoke to Miss Mosley and she was describing Jada to me, Jada, the image that I got was a sweet little girl. A little girl who's just starting to show interest in boys. You know, average 13-year-old stuff. Jada had left school one day and went to her aunt's house. She left with a friend. She went to her aunt's house, and then she went from her aunt's house home to her mother's house. This was before her mother passed. That is what, I'm sorry, she went to her grandmother's house. This was after her mother passed. That's what they used to try to classify her as a habitual runaway. She didn't run away. She left school. She went to her aunt's house. She went home. Jada was not a bad kid, but you can imagine that she was under a lot of emotional stress dealing with having so recently lost her mother within such a short time span, less than 2 years after losing her father. But still, none of that would have caused her to run away. Because let me tell you what Jada was about to have. Jada was about to have, her and her siblings, the best Christmas they have ever had. Imagine you are the child of a single mother of 9 who supports you pretty much on her own. And Jada wasn't the oldest and she wasn't the baby. She fell somewhere in the middle. So you can imagine that's a lot of hand-me-downs, a lot of used stuff, not very much new stuff that's only yours. Nobody else has ever worn it. It's just yours. And I don't want you to think badly about that. Not saying she didn't have new stuff, but you know how it works in a big family. Stuff gets passed down. So, real quick now, just to show the difference in Pensacola and Century. Pensacola Century was what? 3.34 square miles. Pensacola 41.12 square miles. Just over 1,700 people in Century, over 54,000 in Pensacola. So I just wanted to put that out there. So Jada had come to a dramatic change of surroundings and everything. You can imagine she probably really didn't even know anyone other than like classmates that she met at school, family, because she does have a large family and they're spread out between Century and Pensacola. But as I said, Jada didn't run away because Jada and her siblings were about to have the best Christmas that they had ever had. I mean, they were about to have an amazing Christmas. And she knew this. So why would she disappear intentionally 4 days before the best Christmas she's ever known? Doesn't make much sense that she would do that, right? Sorry, guys, my internet is acting up, but we're going to up here. What you see here is the front of the apartment that Jada lived in at the time. 2-bedroom cinder block building. This is her grandmother, Faye. That baby and that little boy, those are two of her younger siblings. It'll pop in a minute. It's trying. It's struggling, but I see the light coming on. So here it comes. Any second now. Screen share is going to pop up. I'm trying to talk it up. I have no clue what's going on with my internet tonight. It's been working just fine all day. But I told y'all the ISP has been tripping. I don't know what they got going on. And they're the only ISP for our area, so we're just kind of stuck with them. And they know it. Okie dokie. Any day now, internet. Do 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 do. Baby shark. Do 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 do. Is that how that song goes? This is so frustrating. Guys, hold on for just 1 second. Let me try something. If I can get it to. Really? Really? I just really don't know what's going on with this. Okay, I think I'm back, but I can't guarantee that the connection is any better. I just tried to. Yeah, they really are. This is so frustrating. Can you guys at least hear me okay? This is crazy. So on the one device, I'm still on, but on the other device, it's saying I have to go live first. There we go. Now it's back. This is crazy. All right, I think my internet connection is pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this video real quick before it starts acting a fool again. Hi, PJ. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Could you hear the news cast playing? Because I'm having all kind of issues over here. I couldn't hear a thing, but then I haven't heard anything the whole live. So as you can see, now they had already bought like a ton of presents for the kids through this pay it forward. They and then you saw on top of that she got another $2,000 cash, 500 of which was only for the older couple of kids to take them to buy them like some shoes and clothes or whatever. So Jada had no reason to run away. And even though you didn't see her on camera, Jada was there that day when they were recording that. So Jada knew that Christmas was about to be the most awesome Christmas ever. She had absolutely no reason to run away. All right, guys, with all the technical issues that I'm having, I'm going to go ahead and shut down this live. I'm going to try it again tomorrow. I'm going to check it out and see how it sounds. And if it isn't doing it, if it doesn't sound right to me, then I'm just going to redo this live tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live for tonight because the technical issues are just really, really frustrating me, and Jada's case is just too important to me for it to be half done. I'm gonna listen to it again, see how it is. I'm gonna watch it on replay, see how it is. I will make sure I drop that merch link in here anyway, just because I said that I would. If it doesn't sound too good for me, we will do this again tomorrow when I can present it a little better. Maybe it's a daytime, nighttime thing. I don't know because the internet was been working perfectly all day long. I know I went live twice earlier, so I don't know what's going on. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see y'all tomorrow with some more missing posters and possibly um with Jada's reloaded video. So y'all have a good night. I love you. Thanks for joining.